Good morning once again. I'm going to be doing this different kind of episode today. It's going to be a re-review of one of my most favorite fragrances. You can say this is one of my signature scents, and it's one of my all-time favorites among all the fragrances that I own, a few hundreds. And this fragrance, it's one of my initial journey when I started off. This has a lot of history with me. So I just thought I just pay tribute once again to all the memories and why this fragrance. The title I'm going to put it as a little bit different. Why this is a must be. The fragrance we're talking about is Dior Homme Intense. As you can see, this is not my previous bottle that I reviewed all the time from. I never hardly use this. I hardly use this one, the little one anymore, because the 2014 version that I have, very difficult to get this version now, and the newer ones I hear a little bit weak, but not weak actually. Dior always is good. So I was always looking for a good backup bottle, which I just found a partial from one brother, and I just took it. And this is my new bottle, and this is 2015, and both are equally impressive. Okay, performance wise, smell wise, they're pretty close. So I'll just like pay a tribute. I'll share some memory and some of the reviewers review that inspired me to look at this one, how I enjoyed thoroughly, and how my nose developed over the years. But always was in love with this fragrance, always am, always will be. So Dior, let's start at some point. Dior is my one of my favorite fragrance houses. When I started collecting, I started looking at Chanel's and Dior's because I was obviously a learner and new to the fragrance game, and I wanted to get the best of the best. So when I saw big reviewers putting their list and top 10, top 5 all the time, Chanel and Dior's, they're always making the list. Prada and Hermes would be the second tier, but these fragrances always make the list. So let me tell you the first review that I saw of it. It's I think Coach Rob 619. If you have been in the fragrance game for some time, you know him. He is one of the most awesome reviewers ever. And the way he tells a story, he's just straight to the point, and he's so convincing. There's nothing lie. There's no makeup bullshit. He just told a beautiful story, like how he found a bottle of Dior Homme Intense, which is a flanker of Dior Homme. I do not own Dior Homme, but I know what it smells like. I reviewed it. But at Dior Homme, I find it a little bit weak, so I don't find occasion to wear that. Dior Homme Intense, different story. So Dior Homme is a whole line. They have Dior Homme, Dior Homme Sport, Dior Homme Eau, Dior Homme Cologne. They have Dior Homme Intense, Parfum. I have quite few of them, but I did not own everything. So they also have Dior. They have Fahrenheit line. I have few of them. Fahrenheit line. Then Dior also has a newer one would be Dior Sauvage. They have a EDP and EDT. Then they have Eau Sauvage line Dior. If you go to Dior counter, you're gonna see all these fragrances and their flankers. And I believe there's also Dior Jewels, which is brought back, hard to find. And they have few other fragrances in Dior like Dior Dune, Pour Homme. So they have quite a few Dior, and Dior is a very. I mean, let me share this experience. When I went to the Dior boutique for the first time, the way it was in Malaysia, Surya KLCC. I think it was Isitan shopping mall or Metro Jaya. I'm not sure. So the Chanel is a small outlet, like a small separate shop. Dior is in the open, like Metro Jaya. They have a lot of perfume like counters, but they are just next to each other. They're in one whole line. So when I went to the Dior for the first time, I saw Fahrenheit, and my eyes immediately went. They have this nice sort of funnel that you just sniff it, and then very conceptually pretty cool. They do not spray usually. So I smelled Dior Sauvage, didn't impress me. That was the least favorite of mine. Then I smelled Dior Fahrenheit. I was like, wow, that is different. Then I smelled Dior Homme Intense. I did not get it. And perhaps that's the reason why I was stupid enough to buy a small bottle. I thought, like, let's just see this one. This is enough because it's nothing. Doesn't smell as special as this one. The other one I liked immediately was Eau Extreme, Chanel Allure Eau Extreme. So I bought this one and this one on the same day, these two fragrances, and I was very happy. So I didn't have enough money for both 100 ml, so I got a small of. And then, trust me, moment I started spraying this and going out, this fragrance is all about the beauty. People say it's the lipstick and everything. I find this fragrance today, the most beautiful part is the dry down. This fragrance and Lige, these two are my absolute favorite. Dark, sexy, sensual, sexual, like a chocolatey, sweet kind of a fragrance. This is a little bit more mature, a little bit more bitter orange and all that, but they're in the same family. But Dior Homme has always remained as a classic in my book, and I used a lot of it in Malaysia. I used to go out everywhere. I used to carry the bottle. I just go overspray. Of course, what do you expect? New guy, excited. So I did the first review from Genting Highlands in Malaysia, and I was sitting there. I didn't have much knowledge on fragrance, to be honest. Of course, I'm a new beginner, And today even I don't know much about fragrance still, but I know a little bit more than before. But what I loved about this fragrance was like the reviewers. I was talking about Coach Rob 619. Then I said I saw Mark's huge 30 minutes. I watched every bit of it three times. I watched that video three times, full video, didn't skip a second. Then I saw Steven's review, which was awesome. Then the another video really inspired me. I think Dior Homme Intense was Mark. Uh, this one was, I think, Coach Rob 619. What was the other one? There's another video that really inspired me. So what I really loved about Dior Homme Intense was, first thing was the bottle presentation. Let me show the big bottle. These bottles are some of the best looking bottles in the fragrance game, designer or niche. First thing I liked was the darkness, how it's built. It's just stunning to look at. These bottles are just beautiful. Juice color, cap, dark. You just want one of these bottles in your collection, trust me. And the way it's built, it has the detailing everywhere, the cap. I saw it for the first time. I was like, I need to get this bottle in my collection. The atomizers have so much detailing in them. They have Dior's port. They have a lot of flankers. They have CD. I mean, detailing galore, everywhere detailing. They have Dior, like a Dior Homme written around the neck, and the sprayers on these are just some of the best. This hand I'm not wearing anything. Let me show you what I mean. If you haven't seen this by any chance, they have little bit spray like this. That actually is a lot. Okay, and then you can go like this. Okay, big spray. And just now I remember which other review that's inspired me. Jeremy's review. Jeremy, earlier days, was some of the most influential, one of the most influential reviewer in my world. I bought a lot of fragrances under his influence, and I was always happy. Invictus, CH Man, La Nuit de l'Homme, you know the story. So one of the videos he said this is something he used to smell in clubs. Rich people would wear this, and you would just go around people and say, "Hey, what's up?" You know. And then he's like, "Dior Homme Intense, right?" You remember the video, right? And he's like, "Yeah, man. How do you know?" I remember word by word. See, that's how much fragrance reviewing means to me, and the reviewers mean to me. So the thing is, I was falling in love more and more, sniff it, watching the review, and I was getting more convinced. But what I really understood over the time, this fragrance is extremely long lasting. When you put it on your skin, it smells like, at first, like a Dior would do. It's an original fragrance. I haven't smelled anything like this when I purchased it, like 2015, around that time. There's nothing like it. And I saw Frag Boys 2's review, and he was with his girlfriend back then. They broke up, but his girlfriend was a wonderful lady. I really loved her nose, and she really was a wonderful person. She said this one smelled like cooked carrots to her. I remember the comparison. Then I was like, where's the carrot coming from? Then I could see it kind of when you boiling it, the sort of sweet, like a texture if you're boiling with a lot of sugar. It will give this caramel, sort of like a syrupy carrot, like a mash, ripe. It's like boiling. It would actually give out the smell of the carrot would give a smell a little bit. It smells like that, but that lipsticky vibe, it's definitely there, and I really found it to be very sexy. It's waxy. If you do not know, it's got note of iris. I have a few other fragrances nowadays with iris. That is my modern time. I really love this Prada L'Homme Intense. This is brother Vishal Singh who told me to buy this, and I absolutely love it. Dark leather, but I think there's patchouli, and then the iris. It's very much in the same family as Dior Homme Intense, but less sweet, more fresh. Then the very close counterpart came out. I bought this as well, also from Frag Boys 2 and Jeremy's video, Valentino Uomo Intense. I paid $100 for this one when it was brand new. Now it's discounted, but this is another gem, but not quite the same as Dior Homme Intense. I did comparison video. Sometimes this one won, sometimes my little bottle of Dior Homme Intense won. So that comparison video got a lot of views. So yeah, I'm sharing all the memories of Dior Homme Intense. So what it means to me. So Dior Homme Intense, I wore it over and over again when I came to Bangladesh 2016. Then I realized my little bottle, I cannot find this fragrance anymore in this 2014 formulation. And it made me sad because I really love this fragrance, and I didn't have quite enough money to buy a big bottle of it. Always something stopping me. It's like $100 retail in Bangladesh. Dior and Chanel never discount their fragrances, never. So what I did was, let's keep it as a tribute, show it once in a while in video, and then sniff it and use it perhaps on very special day. That's how I was using it. My good brother, Kyle Stevens from USA, who is one of my best buddies. I proudly say he's a good man. He inspires me a lot every day. He said, "I remember this bottle that you reviewed," and he laughs. He's like, "This is that bottle that you talk about all the time. I remember this bottle. So yeah, I mean, this bottle, we traveled a long way together. It's 3 years plus old, and around 4 years old. And I'm just happy recently that I actually have another bottle. That is the big bottle. It just feels so much. It means so much. I cannot tell you the happiness. Like sometimes it's not all about your niche fragrance and everything. Sometimes even the simplest of fragrance that you really wanted for a long time, and you just get it. And if you're appreciative and you are just grateful to God, this is what it feels like. I feel so appreciative about this, and I think the big bottle of it, I feel so relieved. I can use Dior Homme Intense again, right? I sound a little bit cheap, but trust me, sometimes conditions are not in your favor, right? So Dior Homme Intense, what's so great about this fragrance? This fragrance, what's so great about it? It's uniqueness, presentations, spray, everything is just like there's nothing else in the game. Best bottle in the game. And this fragrance on a dry down is just getting more and more sexier. It lasts a very long time, even in the hot weather. Nighttime, I wear it. It just lasts on me like 7, 8 hours, 10 hours, easy. On the clothes, it lasts much longer. And when people smell it on you, they know that you're not wearing one of those synthetic mall scents. First thing. Second thing, they know that this is a rich people scent. That Jeremy was spot on. And my girlfriend, she used to say, she even still says, I think sometimes, like, this fragrance, she knows this fragrance because it matches with my skin chemistry so much. Like, I'm a little bit dark in complexion, so this kind of skin, I don't know why, the cacao, sort of like a chocolate, like woody, a little bit leather, this kind of fragrance go so nicely with darker skin. I'm not trying to be racist because I'm talking about me. Sounds retarded, but anyway, another fragrance that came out much later was Dior Homme Parfum. I think I saw it in the mall, is as next to this, and this is supposed to be a darker take on Dior Homme Intense. I loved it, and this is niche quality use, I understand it, so is this, but more wearable always was Dior Homme Intense. It's a little bit more sweeter, more easy to love, easy to wear, more versatile than this one. Dior Homme Parfum, I wear it in strictly in winter, like Dior Homme, like a Eau Sauvage Parfum, or let's say Dior Sauvage Parfum or Fragrantica Parfum. Okay, this fragrance you can wear it in a cooler nights as well. So this is signature scent worthy, which is why this is one of my signature scents. It's unique, and the memories I have with it, the dry down, every last stage, if let's say the last 2 hours of this fragrance, when I sniff it, the dry down, it's so sexy. It's that cacao you just spread all over your hand, and imagine you're drinking cocoa. It's so good. So it changes every single phase I enjoy of it. But the dry down, like just like La Nuit de l'Homme, it gets better and better on skin, and it gets stronger for some reason. So all the praises that I say, this is why I say this. This is why I think this is Bae, BAE, and this is buy. This is a collector's item. This is a fragrance you must own even if you do not wear it every day. This is that 1 gram of those fragrances. I'm not trying to say that go and buy it right now, but sniff it. Go sniff it out there. Like, it's not another Dior Sauvage clone. It's not another fragrance. This is a statement of its own. So through the years that I said, the most important part, I never fell out of love with this fragrance. Just didn't wear it because I was saving the sprays. And even the box is classic. The guy, my brother who I took it from, he gave me the box, and I really love this box. Really love. I mean, this is a classic, and so many memories. Once again, so many compliments, so many times I wore it and I enjoyed. Let's say I was in Genting Highlands among the clouds on the top of the mountain, and nighttime you can see the casino. It's covered. The lights are covered with the clouds and everything, and just sniffing once in a while. Cold weather when your skin is kind of cold. This is so good. This is one of the best fragrance to wear in cold weathers, winter time. I think in this line, hands down, the best fragrance. Yes, there's Dior Homme. All of them are good in their own ways, but in my opinion, Dior Homme Intense, this fragrance is godlike, right? So this is my tribute. I swear this is going to be my last video on Dior Homme Intense. Just glad, I want to do a review showing you the big bottle and what it means to me, right? So Dior Homme Intense is the best Bae you can get. Take care, guys. I'll go for a morning walk. Thanks for watching, and thanks for always supporting. Bye bye.